Hey, today I'm going to be starting a new project. It's taking this mess of a desk and turning it into this. This desk is a complete mess. I actually have been doing all of my video editing off of this Asus laptop, and I recently, on a Cyber Monday deal, got a new desktop, and so I'm going to go through all of this and try and reorganize. Got a desktop, got a monitor, gonna reorganize, make it look better, hopefully. This right here is the laptop that I've done all of my video editing on up to this point, and that desktop. But this is my main editing setup, is just this simple laptop here, and it's time to upgrade. I found a new computer on a Cyber Monday deal, I got a new monitor on a good deal, and we're gonna try and reorganize all of this mess. So, I decided to bring you along for the ride. Let's see how it goes. So, where we're gonna start here is this desktop. This desk, it doesn't quite go to the wall, and it doesn't actually, if you look here, it doesn't go all the way to the wall here, partially because like the legs stick out too far. So I actually am going to replace this with something that fills this space here. Boom, here we go. This is our new desktop. This started out life as a 4x8 sheet of plywood I found on the local classifieds for $15. So I went out there and I was like, hey, do you mind if I cut this down before we throw it in my car? And I cut her down to the dimensions that I needed. And but the edges are a little sharp, they're a little crummy. So I'm actually gonna take this outside onto the workbench out there and do some quick routering on that to remove the sharp edge. I'm gonna put just I think it's an 1/8 round is what I have, maybe a 1/4 inch round over on it so that it's a little bit smoother. And then I might throw some seal on it. This is not plywood. I said plywood. I meant MDF. So let's go ahead and knock that out. And then this is going to replace our desktop. We're going to use the same legs. They seem pretty sturdy. And this is pretty light stuff. One thing that I do want to mention before I start, I'm starting on the bottom because this is the side that people will see less. But also, one thing I learned with a router is the direction of spin almost always is clockwise. And you want to go the opposite of that. I was like, always like, which way do I go to get like the best routing? And somebody once said, your right hand, you want to go that way, the way it's pointing, from your thumb to your finger. So just to the right, the opposite of counterclockwise. So if it's close to you, you want to go from left to right. If you're on the other side of the part, you want to go from right to left. But yeah, there's been a few ways it's been explained, but just something that I learned this week from YouTube videos I watch is you want to go, when you're working on your side of the project, from left side to right side. And then they also talk about speed. What speed do you want to use? It all depends on the bit you're using. If you're using a small bit like this, you want a higher speed because it takes more revolutions to go that high speed, whereas a bigger bit, it's going to take a lot less speed overall to travel that same speed with that smaller bit, with that bigger bit. There's other better videos out there to explain it, but that's just the basics to help you if you have a quick question. Leave them in the comments below if you have more questions, but let's go ahead and just router this out. All right, bottom side turned out great. Let's flip it over and do the top. Just got a couple of clamps because this is starting to slide around on me. The sawdust underneath there is working like a lubricant between the tabletop and the, what's it called? The spacer piece I'm using here. So, grab this guy and clamp it down. I've already routed this part, so that's all right to go ahead and clamp it here. I won't have to move those later on. All right, guys, I'm just gonna finish this up with some 220 sandpaper just to clean up the edges, round off the sharp corners here, and maybe get any spots that I might have missed that's uneven. I did cut this with a circular saw, so lines might do a little bit of that. I might just try and clean up that a little bit so it's a little less noticeable. So at the end there, you saw that I pulled out my orbital sander because this edge was a little bit rougher than I anticipated. So I just used that to help smooth this out. But the final product here feels so smooth, I don't even know, not that I don't know, I know I'm not gonna actually put a sealer. I was gonna put some like wood sealer on here. I don't think it needs it. It's got this veneer laminate top that's a dark wood look, and then obviously this is MDF. I'm not too worried about the look. The top is a pretty cool look on its own. I'm just gonna wipe it down with a wet cloth to get this dust out of it, and then we're gonna go ahead and take it in and install it. All right, time to clear all this out. Before I start drilling the holes, I put some tape on there so I know how far to drill. Super useful little tip is to put some tape on the tip of your drill bit so you don't drill too far. It doesn't stop you, but it shows you physically, visually, where to stop. Don't want to drill all the way through this thing. I just realized something. I installed that correctly-ish. Because when I flip it over, now those legs are going to be over there, and I wanted the legs here. I wanted to just be able to flip it up here, but now I need to shift it that way. And so the old tabletop had screw guides, if you would say, I don't know, that you would go into that would protect the wood from being torn out. Well, this doesn't have that, so I have to be very careful when drilling and screwing. But I just realized I put holes in the wrong spots, so gotta undo everything and try again. Quick tip time. So my drill bit, this is just the cheap Black & Decker one that I got out of a toolkit. And this guy right here is a magnetizer. What you'll do is you put your drill bit in the hole, spin it, and now this bit is magnetized. You can do it with any bit, and it becomes super duper useful having one of these. You can magnetize anything, a screwdriver, anything. Hand screwdriver. I'm serious, this thing is amazing. Get one. my measurements are still off. I don't know how. I'm a little annoyed. Actually, I do. I didn't account for that little baseboard trim that pushed this board away. I was doing it physically off of the wall. Grant. I don't want to leave it. I don't want to. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna figure it out. I'll be back. They say measure twice, cut once. In my case, measure once, cut thrice. Hopefully. Please work. Please, sir. I just want you to work. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. Uh-oh. I'm really hoping I didn't do this all wrong. No! All right, measure, I don't know, once 4 times and get it right the 4th time. It's here, okay? And you'll never see the bottom anyway. It's on there, and it actually holds pretty solid. Next is, I got a power strip that I'm gonna try and tape down over there so it kind of helps keep things organized when things don't move. So, got some of my favorite duct tape, University of Utah, and gonna tape it down and start bringing things back. Other things that I want to put on this desk, but I don't know where I want to put them because I got so much other stuff that's coming in here and things are going to be changing out. I'm not sure how I want to balance it, and I want to keep the area underneath the desk clear. Before it had like boxes and an old desktop, and I want to kind of get rid of those things, but I don't know what to do with those things. I'll probably give the desktop to my sister or try and sell it or something, I'm not sure. But, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, that's going to do it for the tabletop video right here. This tabletop is done. Next, I'm going to move on to the computer desktop itself, as well as a monitor and an arm for the monitor, and then some organization. Stick around for that in future videos. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that little bell to let you know when I do post the next part of this video series, and we will see you guys in the next video.